everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chloe Moley, here again with my sister, Courtney.
Hello!
We're back with more Danger on Deception Island. Right now, we're up to a new record of 5 deaths in an hour, so hooray! We beat our own record. We found a lot of notes in bottles, and we swam in a boat, and now we've done basically everything we can do that doesn't involve talking to literally everyone on this harbor.
So, let's start talking to people.
What's up?
Who's Andy Jason?
Andy does whale watching tours too. If I had $1 for every time he's come here
Well,
trying
what
to
else
talk
does
me
he
into
do?
selling out to him, I wouldn't be fixing this.
Oh, wait,
engine. I'd be
because
buying
she
a
also
new
does
one.
well watching.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just like, okay. I feel like I just walked in mid-conversation.
Sounds like Holt Scotto was one of the people who didn't care for what you had to say last night.
He and I never see eye to eye. Now, if I were a fisherman, I'd be right as rain no matter what nonsense came out of my mouth. Fine harbor master he'd make.
Okay.
I talked to
I
Jenna
don't care about
Devlin when I was at the
politics.
Hot Kettle.
What nasty rumor is she spreading about me today?
Why would she spread rumors about you?
She thinks I'm a know-it-all from the big city.
Well, I mean, you give off that vibe a little bit.
I found this
so.
piece of wood on the beach. There's something strange
I
about
found a
it.
piece of wood! Aren't I special?
Ouch, those splinters
That
are
really
sharp.
just sounded
That is odd.
just,
It looks like it's been in the water a long
piece of
time.
wood.
If that were the case,
I'm
those edges would
5.
be dull. That looks like it broke off of
I am
something
2
just
years
recently.
old, Mom.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Any idea where it came from?
Could be off a cargo ship, I guess. But you know who you should ask? Casey Porterfield. He works at the Maritime Library in Port Townsend. You should give him a call. His number's 360-555-3095. He loves checking out stuff like this.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
I feel
never
like...
mind.
I know Nancy gets weird about making phone calls near people, so coming over here. We'll go ahead and call him real fast. And then call the other doctor person as well.
Yeah.
Just get these things out of the way.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew.
This is an
Katie
old man
Firestone
down there.
suggested I give you a call.
Hey!
Who?
Katie Firestone?
Never heard of her.
Oh,
I know a marine biologist named Katie
Oh, yeah.
Firestone.
yes,
I
that's
remember
her.
a Casey
I'm staying
now.
with her here in Snake
Ha-
Horse Harbor.
the haunted carousel.
Oh, well, then what can I do for you?
Oh.
And the voice, too. It's the voice mostly that tips me off. I found a piece of wood on the
This
beach!
odd piece of wood on the beach.
What's so odd about it?
It's a piece of plywood.
See, that's
and
what
it
I
looks
want
like
to
it's
know,
been in the
Casey.
water a
What's so
long
odd
time.
about it?
Yet one end of it has very sharp splinters.
I got
Like it broke
splinters
off
when I
from the ship
touched
just
it.
recently.
How do you know it came from a ship?
Take
Because
this
it
piece
says
of wood to
SS
jail.
on it. The rest of the name is missing.
Doesn't mean anything. Now, if it said SS, which stands for steamship, that'd be different.
Actually, that is what it says.
Oh, well, then it came from a ship. Or should I say, shipwreck. What kind of wood is it?
Plywood?
You're about as much use as a beanie in a hurricane. Look, if you want me to tell you what shipwreck that wood came from, you're gonna have to
That's
tell
an
me what
expression,
kind
a
of wood it
beanie in a
is.
hurricane.
I have no idea.
This
Well,
guy
you just get yourself a book on wood and figure it
lays
out.
down the
Maybe
law.
Katie has one. Soon as you do, call me back. I love checking out stuff like this.
Okay.
I love you. Cool, I didn't need to write down the other number.
This is Dr. Predovicu.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'd like some help identifying this piece of wood I found.
I'd be happy to assist. Do you have our mailing address?
Well, that's the problem. I don't have time to send it to you. Would it be possible to identify
Jeez,
it over
I
the
found a
phone?
piece of wood. Who do I send
Just
this
hold it
to?
up to the phone for a couple
I
of
feel so
seconds and I'll do
special.
everything. I'm kidding, of course. I usually don't do this over the phone, but I'll give it a try. You will, however, need to take a look at your sample under a microscope.
I already did that.
And are you near the sample in case you need to refer back to it?
Let me get over there, and I'll call you back.
Just bring the phone. It's a cell phone. Just walk over there and do it. Good lord. Hello, I'm back 3 seconds later. Because I couldn't walk 2 steps
Irina
and be on the
Predovicu
phone at the
speaking.
same
Hi,
time.
this is Nancy Drew again. I've got the sample all ready.
All right, we'll get
She
started.
doesn't
Where did
understand
you
cell
find
phone
this wood?
concepts,
It's
Chloe.
a piece of driftwood, probably used for a crate.
Is the wood sample black, brown, or yellow?
Brownish.
Brownish.
Brown or brown reddish?
Brown reddish,
Brown
I think.
reddish.
Brown reddish.
Does the sample have many holes, just a couple, or none at all?
I think it's. I would say.
Let's check.
Yeah, let's check on that just to
Many.
make sure. Yeah, I'm pretty
Does
sure
the
it's many.
sample
Yeah,
have
that's what I
many
thought.
holes, just a couple, or none at all?
Many.
And are there some holes that are big and some that are small, or are they all the same size?
Let's check
Let me
again.
check.
I mean, they all look about the same size.
And
Yeah.
are there some holes that are big and some that are small, or are they all the same size?
They're all the same size.
Okay, and the holes are really, really tiny, right?
No, they're pretty sizable.
Then you've got a tropical hardwood. I was assuming the sample was a North American wood. All right. Are there any distinguishable horizontal lines on the sample?
Let me check.
Yes.
Then you've got
I was
a
just going to say,
tropical
which one is the
hardwood. I
horizontal?
was assuming the sample was a North American wood. All right. Are there any distinguishable horizontal lines on the sample?
Yes, there are horizontal lines.
If this wood is used for crating, then it's probably Luan. It's fairly common in plywood, but it's a rainforest timber, so it's declining in popularity.
Luan, all right. Thanks for your help.
Glad to have been of service.
Okay, let's call back. Oh, there we go.
We're being sciencey this episode.
We are.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I called before. About the driftwood?
Never heard of you.
Nancy Drew,
Now,
the
if you
science
said
dude.
Nancy Drew,
Yes, that's me, Nancy Drew. Katie Firestone's friend.
Put your hearing aid in.
what are we talking about here, Nancy?
Luan.
Well, if that driftwood did come from a cargo container that's part of a shipwreck, there's a good chance I can figure out which one. Call me back in an hour or so.
You can identify a ship
Okay.
by what its cargo containers are made out of?
Ever since the hobo spider got into the U.S. by laying
You
eggs
hobo.
in the wood crating of ships coming from Europe, the
That's
fact
a hobo
that we
spider.
that
Courtney,
cargo
be
ships
nice.
keep really
Yeah.
careful records. Of course, I'll be taking things like tides, currents, weather conditions, proximity to Snake Horse Harbor. I'll be taking all those factors into consideration too.
I really appreciate your doing this for me, Casey.
And well, you should.
Okay.
Cool, so now we know the sciencey things. Now I guess let's go
What's
talk to
up?
Whale Dude.
See you
Yeah,
in a bit.
I'm like-
Enjoy.
I know we gotta talk to people now. You know, it's part of the game. You actually have to listen to them talk.
Ugh. That's my least favorite part of life.
Whale
in
world.
general. Whale, whale, whale.
Well, look at what we have here.
A whale, look like a whale dragon.
Instead of Wally World, it's Whaley
It's
World.
the Church of Whale.
Hi there. Welcome. What can I do
Whale
you for?
time, whale time, whale time.
Are you Andy Jason?
That's me. How'd you know?
I
You're
don't
wearing
know.
a name tag.
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Katie Firestone's. I saw your business card on her boat.
Nice to meet you, Nancy. Any friend of Katie's is a friend of mine.
Even though she keeps refusing to sell out to you?
I must admit, that is a little frustrating.
You've got quite a setup here.
It's my mission to see that everyone who comes to Snake Horse Harbor leaves with a greater appreciation for marine mammals. And if I make a buck in the process, that's cool too.
What do you think should be done with the orca out there?
Nothing. I think people should just leave it alone. I mean, why do we humans always think we know best? We can barely deal with ourselves, let alone a whole other species.
His arms look kind of weird. Kind of wavy like.
I think that's the shirt, to be completely honest. You should
Why do you
iron
wanna
your
buy
shirt,
Katie
mister.
out?
It's all
She
wrinkly.
can't be taking that many customers
call
away from
yourself-
you.
I don't like her taking any customers away from me. And frankly, with this whale doing its orphan thing out there, I'm losing a lot of customers to her.
Oh, that's sad.
Isn't the whale just as good for your business as it is for hers?
Katie convinced the fisheries service that she should be allowed to monitor the orca's condition, which means she can get right up next to the whale while my boat has to stay away.
Katie takes passengers with her when she checks on the whale?
Paying passengers, as many as she can safely fit.
And you know this to be fact, or are you just making stuff up because you're
Someone
jealous?
ransacked Katie's boat while she was in town this morning. Made a real mess.
Wonder if it's related to those burglaries.
What burglaries?
A bunch of stuff was stolen from 2 shops earlier this week. Food, tools, clothing, electronics. There was no sign of forced entry, no trace of who did it. Sheriff's still scratching his head.
Because the owner stole the stuff.
Whoever ransacked Katie's boat tore a bunch of parts out of her engine. It's like they wanted to make sure she couldn't go anywhere for a while.
That's too bad.
You sound so concerned.
In a way, it's kind of good. I mean, for you at least.
Very true. As long as her boat's out of commission, I'll get all her customers.
That boat in a bottle you have is fascinating.
Can I touch
It
it?
was made by one of the first
Can I break
non-Native
it?
Americans to settle here. A guy named Benjamin Hawkins. I bought it from this lady who kinda went bonkers after her husband died.
Was Benjamin Hawkins a sailor?
This historian who was in here once said he was pretty sure that was a model of a pirate ship. So now I tell people Hawkins was a pirate.
So
but
you
like
are a
most of the
liar.
settlers around here, he was probably just a farmer.
As I said, so you are a liar.
Would you laugh if I told you I found some kind of message in a bottle?
Welcome to the club. Just about everybody around here has found one. Rumor has it our semi-resident nutcase, Hilda Swenson, is trying to tell us something.
Who's Hilda Swenson?
Go talk to Jenna over at the Hot Kettle. That lady hears all, sees all, and is usually real willing to tell all. She can tell you about those messages.
Thanks for your time.
Have a good one.
Okay.
How do we play the whale games?
Do you want to
That's
play
what I
whale
wanna
games?
know. Well, I mean, I know we have to eventually.
Yeah.
Chloe, do you want to play whale games?
It's whale time, whale time, whale time! I just
we're
went
not
and
having fun
found
at
a
all.
snail that makes me want to see a whale!
Oh, we're stupid.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Does Andy Jason ever come in here?
Everybody comes in here. Know how some people can't go a day without coffee? People around here can't go a day without a bowl of my clam chowder. In fact, if you ever want a free sample, just say the word.
Yes, I might actually want some since apparently
Can I
the
have
food
free
near me
samples
is
all the
inedible. Huh?
I said, can I have free samples all the time? Just feed me for life.
So
Can you be my
Andy
new
Jason
mother?
is one of your regulars?
Actually,
Are
he only
you my
comes in
mother?
once or twice a week. Says he's too busy. Of course, the reason he's so busy is because he's too cheap to hire another person to help him run the place. Kind of surprised me when I heard he was trying to buy Katie Firestone out. Must have something up his sleeves, all I can figure.
His sleeves did look weird now that you mention it.
What can you tell me about Hilda Swenson?
She was this lady who retired.
You
here
like
with
you
her
open up
husband
the
about 20
sleeves and it's
years
just like a
ago.
bunch
They
of
made
little
a ton
rubber
of money
balls
in
inside,
Hollywood.
and then
Writer
you stuffed in
producers and
there.
just wanted to enjoy life. Wonderful people, very active. In fact, Hilda was mayor for 8 years. But then, out of the blue, her husband died. They'd been a team for so long that, well, she pretty much died then too.
So she
Did
moved
she move
away.
She just kind of lost it. Started talking to walls and doing bizarre things until one day she rode to the island across the channel that she and her
That would
husband
be me
owned.
if my husband
never
died.
came
I'd start talking to the walls.
God. Just go
And
actually
now she
insane.
uses notes in bottles to communicate with people?
Trouble is, nobody can understand what she's trying to say. All she ever writes is letters and numbers and that one word, Rosebud. I
So
leave a
that's
couple
what
of
she
bags of
whispers at the
groceries
walls.
outside her cabin
Rosebud.
every week, and sometimes I can
Rosebud.
see her inside. But whenever I try to talk to her, she won't answer.
See, the numbers are the individual names she's given for each of the walls.
I wonder what she's
Rosebud
trying to tell us.
45.
You'll never know what's going on in that mind of hers.
How many walls does she have in her house? Does she have like a mansion or?
She does. Either that or that's what she whispers to the dollhouse she has inside her tiny home.
Oh God.
Think I could try a bowl of your clam chowder?
Coming right up. Next one will be on the house, too.
Yay!
That was delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
It's been fun talking to you.
What if I
Don't
want to
we need
lick
to
the
take the
bowl?
crackers at some point?
You again?
Did you know
Maybe.
Hilda Swenson?
Sure did. She even crewed for me a couple of times. There she was, this itty-bitty lady in her 60s hauling in nets. Did it for the sheer love of adventure. She was quite a gal.
Sounds like you love her.
See you around.
Vote for Hope. Spread the word.
No.
Hi, Nancy.
Don't
How's
get
it
me
going?
in on your
It's been
agenda.
fun talking to you.
Yeah, hasn't it, though?
Can I look in your bag?
Hey, stay out of there.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was illegal.
Oh yeah, let me take a picture of this. And boop. Okay. And we want, yeah, take a picture of that too. Boop. There we go. This entire notes thing is just a bunch of pictures.
I feel like... Let's go back to the... See, Katie, maybe because we went and we talked to a bunch of people, maybe she has something new to say. Oh, no, we'll call the guy, too. He said call back in an hour.
Oh, yeah, he said call back in an hour. Surely we must have wasted enough time by
What's
now.
up? I saw a boat in a bottle at Andy Jason's place. He said it was made by a guy named Benjamin Hawkins.
As a matter of fact, I've done some research on Hawkins. He settled here in the mid-1800s, lived in a cabin where the lighthouse is now.
That's just a really random piece of information. I found a ship in a bottle over at Whale World.
What else have you found?
It's so weird
He
because you
apparently had a
can
major
find that at
feud
any
going
kind
with
of
some
curio
sea
shop,
captain.
so a ship in a bottle
Hawkins
is
would
not that
sympathize still on the
fascinating at this
horizon,
point.
Grab his
Yeah.
family
But
and
you
all
just
his
go up to random
valuables
people
and
like,
go into
"I got a
hiding
piece
for
of wood
days.
and a ship in a bottle?"
And it was named by some, it was made by some guy named Benjamin.
What was
This-
this feud about?
Does that mean anything to you?
Jeremiah?
Rumor had it
But
that
then
the sea
Paul
captain
ate
was
him.
an ex-pirate, which might explain why Hawkins
Are we
hid.
sure that
But
Nancy
where
didn't
he
get
hid is
permanently
still a
concussed
mystery.
from all these other times people have knocked her out?
See you in a bit.
Be careful out there.
I will try. Let's go call in a secret place. As secret as we can be.
Casey.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. Any luck finding what shipwreck that piece of driftwood came from?
Sorry, can't talk now. I'm waiting for a real important
Really,
call
dude? Just
from
for your
Nancy
hearing
Drew.
aid.
Casey, that's me. I'm Nancy Drew.
Oh, then I got some good news.
You know the name of the shipwreck?
The SS Whitechapel Dawn sank 5 years ago right there in the channel outside Snakehorse Harbor, about a mile and a half due northwest of the lighthouse.
Really?
I hear that channel up there's been pretty busy, what with that orphaned whale messing things up for the fishermen and all. Anyway, everything fits except one thing.
Uh-oh.
The Whitechapel Dawn went down in deep water. Real deep water. Too deep for currents to be carrying debris up from it. Just not possible.
Could a recent storm have churned things up down there?
I've been doing this type of research for 20 years, young lady. When I say something's not possible, it's not possible.
Yet somehow a piece of wood from it washed ashore. What kind of ship was the Whitechapel Dawn?
It was just a regular old freighter bound for San Francisco from Vancouver, British Columbia. Nothing unusual about it if you don't count the rumors.
What rumors?
About the smuggling.
The ship was
About the
smuggling
death
something?
and the
After
murder.
it sank,
Did I
some
tell you
crew
about the
members said there was
assassin
something
ninjas?
unusual
They're
about
pretty
the cargo
crazy.
they'd been carrying, that's all.
It was
Those are
Benjamin's
just
ship,
rumors.
Chloe.
How many people went down with the ship?
0. Everybody managed to survive. Official
Oh.
cause was foul weather. But whenever a boat goes down in those parts, they always unofficially blame it on... oh, what do they call that sea serpent up there?
Caddy?
No, thanks. Caddy! That's what they call it! Caddy! Anyway,
No,
this has been
thanks.
fun, young lady, but I need to get back to work. By the way, I just got done emailing you something.
What?
I said, I just got done emailing you something.
Great.
I
Thanks.
like this guy.
Well,
He's
goodbye, Casey.
Is
Goodbye,
he your
Daddy.
spirit animal?
I certainly hope he doesn't operate the machinery.
I said.
Scream at me. I'll figure it out better. Alright. Mail. Thought you'd like to see this. I'm kind of a stained glass art freak and came across a web page. Check it out. Okay. U.S. smuggling. Smuggling is the act of secretly bringing into a country items that would otherwise be taxed or prohibited. Cigarettes and liquor are frequent targets of smugglers, Criminals would buy them in one place, smuggle them into a state or country where they would normally be heavily taxed, and sell them for far less than what people would normally pay. Drugs that are illegal or whose use is highly regulated are frequently smuggled as well as are firearms. People sometimes pay to be smuggled into countries like the US, whose immigration laws would otherwise exclude them. Because there is a demand for exotic and sometimes endangered animals in the US, smugglers have been caught trying to bring in parrots, tortoises, tarantulas, snakes, frogs, lizards, even butterflies and monkeys. The pelts of endangered or protected... Yep, even the monkeys.
Smuggle me a monkey!
The pelts of endangered or protected animals, such as tigers, leopards, polar bears, and seals, are often smuggled into the U.S. as well. Even plants are not immune to biological piracy. What plants are you smuggling? I guess marijuana? In short, wherever and whenever people are willing to pay money for something that is expensive and or illegal, smuggling is all but certain to exist. Yes, I knew this. So why did he want me to see this?
I don't think that was I think you clicked the wrong thing, Courtney. Yeah, go back to that. You want to go to the examples/royal.
That's what I clicked.
You know, the link.
Oh.
The hot kettle was originally called the Royal Flush Saloon.
Oh.
Interesting.
It was the Royal Bathroom Saloon. To see some of Jacob Bombeck's best work in its original setting, check out the Hot Kettle Cafe, formerly known as the Royal Flush Saloon, in Snake Horse Harbor on Deception Island, one of the San Juan Islands located in Washington State. A shrewd businessman named Silas Devlin built the Royal Flush Saloon in 1866, determined to create an establishment that would appeal to all social classes. He commissioned Bombeck to create a stained glass and leaded glass doors and windows, knowing that his highbrow customers would recognize them as works of art, and that his lowbrow customers, why is he judging them by their eyebrows? I do not understand.
Your brows are too low on your forehead.
Would enjoy them because they looked like big pieces of candy. I'm not seeing the candy look to it. For years, the Royal Flush Saloon was the place to go in the San Juans. By the end of the century, however, rumors that able-bodied farmers and lumberjacks were being shanghaied from the saloon on a regular basis caused business to decline. By the turn of the century, the saloon had closed, and a jewelry shop opened in its place. Despite the succession of business which followed, the original building was left largely intact, so that today Bombeck's beautiful glass work remains in near pristine conditions. So near pristine, they're not perfect.
Oh, well.
I just wonder, yes, I guess. Cool. I was just seeing what we might.
Oh, Bess and George said to be sure to call them when we got here.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I saw that in the note.
Oh. We could also call the Hardy Boys.
The Hardly Boys.
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's me.
Hey, how's it going? Grab the phone. It's Nancy. While George picks up, I'm going to turn down the heat under my roux.
Under your what?
Hey, Nance. So, how's your vacation going?
Fine.
It's
for the
okay,
fact
except
that
I'm being
just
put to
before I
work.
arrived, someone
Yeah,
vandalized
like
Katie's
always.
boat.
What else is
What?
new?
Don't worry, we're both fine. The engine of the boat was damaged, but Katie's working on it.
Why would somebody do something like that? Uh-oh. I bet it's got something to do with that orphan killer whale.
You know about that?
Katie told us about the whale when we called to tell her you were on your way. Someone vandalized Katie's boat because of a whale?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it.
There was a town meeting last night. Katie apparently got a little argumentative.
Katie does have a mouth on her, especially when the subject is marine life. Did they find any fingerprints?
Katie wouldn't let me call the sheriff.
Why not?
Because she wanted to have free work done for her by me.
I'm not sure I know that.
You almost sound like you're suspicious of her or something. Bess? Is that supposed to be smoking like that? Oh no! Darn it!
Darn what?
My roux. It's ruined. Oh no! She wrecked her roux. It's not funny, George. Yes, it is, Bess.
What's a roux?
A carefully heated mixture of flour and butter. I was going to use it to thicken my gumbo.
Did you say gumbo?
Rock shrimp gumbo. It was Chef Sherwood's main dish last
Rock
night.
shrimp
She's hooked on
gumbo.
this cooking show
Don't
called
tell me you're putting rocks in it.
Let me guess. It's hosted by a guy, and he's very cute.
That happens to be true, but I watch it because I like his philosophy. Eat in moderation and eat only that which is made out of fresh ingredients and cooked with great skill, care, and judgment.
When did all this start?
2 days ago. Yesterday she cooked, or should I say ruined, crepes.
They weren't ruined. I mean, you could still eat parts of them. Anyway, I want to hear what you're doing, Nancy.
George is just dunking on Bess.
Yeah. I don't know.
Casey, the maritime librarian,
Neither do
suggested
I.
that the SS Whitechapel Dawn may have been smuggling something into the U.S. when it went down.
I don't get why you're so interested in some shipwreck.
I don't know, finding
And
wood
neither do
from a
we,
wreck that
honestly,
shouldn't
but
be.
Yeah.
here we are asking questions about it.
Something's weird, that's
I
all.
found a piece of wood and I got
Finding out
excited.
who vandalized Katie's boat.
I think you should follow your
It was so
instincts.
boring over here. You know, it was the most exciting thing I saw all day.
I can't help but think it's a little weird that Katie didn't call the sheriff after her boat was vandalized.
You think she's trying to hide something?
I know she's your friend, George, but I just got the feeling she wasn't telling me everything.
Well, it's not like she's my best friend or anything. Well, what would she be hiding?
Why does it sound like George has a sore throat?
This one woman, Jenna Devlin, she suggested that
They
Katie
both kinda
trashed
sound
her
like they're a
own
little
boat
bit
in order
sick.
to discredit Holt Scotto and keep him from becoming
Welcome to the
harbor
Nancy
master.
Drew game where Nancy's on Adderall and
I don't
both
really have
Bess and
anything
George
to
are on
confront her with.
Tylenol, cold and
Katie
flu.
doesn't use medication very well.
Gosh, George. Is there anything else Nancy should know about this so-called
Nancy
friend of
Drew
yours?
with
Katie's
drugs.
fine. She just has a few edgy little quirks, that's all.
Great. That's probably what they said about Lizzie Borden.
Jeez.
Jenna Devlin went ballistic when I brought up the subject of Katie and the whale.
What's her problem?
She's convinced that Katie just wants to study the whale, not really help it.
Sounds like a candidate for your suspect list to me.
You know, Jenna Devlin may have her faults, but being a bad cook isn't one of them.
She gave me
What kind
free
of stuff does
food.
she cook?
She's famous for her clam chowder, which is outstanding.
Well, don't just stand there. Get me the recipe.
You
I'm
don't know
pretty
how to
sure it's a
cook.
family
What's the
secret.
recipe going to do for
You
you?
can ruin it.
Run it.
She inherited it. The place has been in the Devlin family for centuries.
Whoa. Buildings that old are usually haunted, you know.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, they are.
Holt Scotto caught me poking around the lighthouse and
He also
freaked.
caught me trying to
He all
open
but
his
chased
duffel
me
bag.
away with a stick.
Why should you care if you poke around the lighthouse?
Good question. The obvious answer is that he's hiding something.
One should always be suspicious of a suspect.
Right.
I can't figure out if Andy Jason is
You only
friendly
have to,
for
like,
real or if it's because he's
Search through his
basically a
bag while he's
salesman.
away for something
Yeah.
at some point.
Whale watching
Yep.
tours. He keeps trying to talk Katie into selling her company to him and becoming his business partner.
Think he wrecked her boat so she'd have to go into business with him?
Could be. Katie is allowed to get right up next to the orca while he has to stay 300 feet away. He doesn't like that.
I wouldn't trust him, Nan. Once a salesman, always a salesman.
Remember my neighbor, Ray Olaf? He was a salesman, but he quit.
Yeah. You go to work for a company that repossesses pets when people can't pay their vet bills.
She's right. Don't trust him.
I better get
What
going.
kind of company is that?
I don't know. Okay, so we talked to a bunch of people, and I don't want to ask for hints yet because I don't feel like we need hints right now. I think we're doing pretty
Yeah.
good. But
We're just in the figuring things out phase.
yeah, so I think it's a good place to end the episode
Oh, can we
here.
look in that? Oh, we can't. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, tiny drawer.
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, so yeah, we'll end the episode here. Thanks so much for watching. If you were watching, as far as we know, no one is.
Well, our one fan probably is.
Yeah, someone apparently made a playlist of all of our previous videos, and we can say that we're flattered and also sorry it took us 2 years to make a new video series. So, haha, yay! We meant to get on this a lot sooner, but we didn't. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.